Hi, hi everyone, welcome back to another video for Leanademy on YouTube. Hi, I'm Lauren Heisey. I am the head of Master Black Belt and trainer at Leanademy, and I'm excited to bring you another video. KPIs and Lean Six Sigma. This is kind of an interesting topic, but before we jump in, just want to say please hang out to the end. Or if you are interested in learning more about our learning opportunities, please go over to leanademy.com. There will also be a link below, and of course there'll be a QR code like with all my other videos at the end of the video. All right, let's jump right in. Just do a quick introduction. So what is a KPI? KPI is Key Performance Indicator. It is a measurable value that shows how effectively a company is meeting its key objectives. I do offer a course when I do teach my executives and my champions. We do go through KPIs that are very specific to Lean Six Sigma deployment and Lean Six Sigma to their Lean Six Sigma program as well. So if you're interested in that, please contact me or leave me a message below. But one of the things when we do look at that is when you are doing your Lean Six Sigma project, you do need to use those KPIs that are strategic, right? That they align with the strategic goals that the organization has set out. And these KPIs help you monitor performance and overall if there's improvement areas. Their roles in continuous improvement is, like I said, it helps with tracking progress and validating the impact of those changes. Most of my students and my clients in my consulting business are really key to understand how are these projects really impacting the bottom line. But more importantly, when you're running through your projects, it's very important that you have something that's measurable. So you have two measurable things, and that usually relies up to something that with the KPIs. So we got to understand those business problems, right? One of the biggest things that we find when we are doing anything in Lean Six Sigma is we got to understand those business challenges. So KPIs translate those abstract business problems into more measurable outcomes, right? So I like to say sometimes we look at we have these feelings, right, of the process. Usually what we do is use KPIs and that data to kind of put those measurable outcomes. You take what you're trying to do with business problems and we measure them with the KPIs. It also helps us figure out problem identification, allows us to focus on specific areas that need attention. It also helps us support strategic planning. So we have clear KPIs, facilitate the targeted interventions, and a guide to strategic business planning effectively as well. Plus, the KPIs help communicate the problems, and it also helps keep your stakeholders informed and keep everything transparent. I kind of was trying to figure out the best way to do this, and this is kind of how I tried to set the importance of the KPIs. So these are common KPIs, and maybe the importance score. You're going to see a lot of times, there might be some debate on whether customer satisfaction, or if let's just say if we look at customer satisfaction, let me just throw this pin out here. So, right, if you look at efficiency is a 9, and then if we look at customer satisfaction, that is an 8. For revenue is also an 8, and then we start to look at profit margins. Not the best circle, but that's okay. We get a lot of times we get a lot of people start to ask me what is the most important thing for me to look at, and really each one of these are all important. But the biggest thing is if you have good efficiency, low defects, and your customer satisfaction is high, it's going to impact the cost and the revenue, and the cost and revenue really do impact your bottom line. So there's kind of your long-winded answer. Usually a lot of times when I'm helping coach my students through their projects, I say let's pick two KPIs. We'll look at cycle time. While it's great to go fast, we also don't want to affect the quality, so we start to look at defects and quality. Okay, KPIs in Lean Six Sigma, so the big role that it plays is when we are setting up that project in the define phase. KPIs help clarify those problems and set measurable objectives at the start of our projects, right? We have these project charters. And when you have these project charters, we need to have some type of measurable goals, right? We have our business case or our problem statement and our goal statement. Those have to tie together, and more of those usually come from is our KPIs. We have to measure how big they are. And it doesn't matter if you are a yellow belt, green belt, or a black belt, you're going to have some type of KPI within your project charters. We use KPIs in measurement and analysis. So think about the measurement and analyze phase. We do those to establish our baseline performance, but we also use those KPIs to help us during the measurement and analyze phase to identify those true root causes that are causing the issues. So say your defect numbers are high, you start to, those defect numbers, those KPIs are usually higher numbers as you start to drill down, peel back that onion. Those KPIs really, really do help us understand what is causing the true root cause so we can fix the issues. Then we use KPIs and improvement and control. This is where we start to, once you put the improvements into place, we start to show that we have made improvements, and we use this KPI scores to show that we have made improvements, but we also use this type of measurements to help control the processes once we get into the control phase. Selecting the right KPIs, this is huge. I want to make sure we have KPIs that are aligned with organizational strategic objectives to ensure we have really good tracking. We want to make sure our metrics are very actionable because we want to use data to help us make our decisions. We just don't want to throw some, like I like to say, throw spaghetti on the wall or a dart at the dartboard and try to make a guess. We want to use data to help us make data-driven decisions. We also want to have clear definitions and consistency within our data. We want to make sure they're clearly defined and easily understood by all our stakeholders and everyone that's part of the projects, and overall make sure our executive leadership is speaking the same language as the frontline people, right? So it's not always just top to bottom, it's all bottom to top, right? We got to make sure we're all talking the same language. And we got to make sure we have regular review and refinement of our KPIs and make sure that we are always aligned with our priorities and goals. All right, that's the end of this video. I'm so excited to be bringing these videos to you each and every week. I was a little late this week, so this week you're going to get 2 videos, or at the end of this week you'll get 2 videos. But if you want to learn more about our training opportunities, please use this QR code. Please, you could also see our, you can link below, and please be on the lookout. We do have more videos coming up. If there's something that you would really like to see, please comment below or send me a message. And as always, keep getting out there, keep improving, and I look forward to you in our next video. One more thing, if you're unsure of what training option that you would like, if you want to take one of our public courses, please go over to our training. If you're not sure if you want to do yellow belt, green belt, or black belt, please take a look at our white belt options. Maybe that'll help you determine. If not, please send me a message, either comment below. We will connect, and I would offer to talk with you usually my calls, I offer free calls just for consulting basis for a half hour to kind of point you in the right direction. All right, thank you, my friends. I look forward to bringing you another video very, very soon.